Some buildings simply exist, others seem to watch. 441 Ashmore Street is the latter, a hulking, decaying block on a forgotten corner, its shattered windows like vacant eyes. Locals avoid talking about it, glancing nervously at its facade, whispering about the wrongness that lingers long after you pass. Children dare each other to touch its walls, but few do. Teenagers, once drawn to its mystery, now steer clear. The air grows colder near it, city sounds fade, as if the building absorbs them. It's more than urban decay, it's a legend, a source of unease woven into the community's consciousness. What truly sets it apart is the fear it inspires in those trained to face danger. The local fire department. Firefighters respond to calls, but never cross the threshold. They'll douse flames from the curb but refuse to enter. This unwritten rule deepens the building's mystique. The danger isn't just physical, it's something intangible, experienced by enough first responders to become law. If even the bravest won't go inside, what hope does anyone else have? 441. Ashmore isn't just an eyesore, it's a question the town is too afraid to answer. To understand the fear, look to the past. Built in the late 1950s as the Ashmore Arms, it was once a symbol of post-war optimism, modern, affordable, alive with families and laughter. But the 1970s brought decline. Maintenance slipped, residents left, and the building's spirit faded. By the 1980s, it was notorious for crime and neglect. The final blow came in 1991, a string of unexplained fires. No one was hurt, but the city condemned the building. Residents fled, leaving behind their lives and possessions. Legal battles and the cost of demolition left it in limbo, a ghostly shell, windows boarded, walls covered in graffiti. The stories of its decline and sudden abandonment became legend. The building wasn't just empty, it was forsaken. In that state, a new, more sinister reputation grew, one that would haunt the city's emergency services. The Ashmore Arms became 441 Ashmore, a place of fear, not just memory. Its silence became a warning. The most disturbing chapter began a decade after abandonment, with strange emergency calls. Dispatchers received static-filled 911 calls, reports of fire, cries for help, smoke alarms chirping. The source was always 441 Ashmore. Firefighters would arrive to find nothing. No fire, no people, just silence. Frustration grew, but the calls kept coming, always untraceable. Then things got stranger. As crews approached, their radios filled with interference, whispers, fragments of conversation, sometimes a woman crying. These sounds vanished as soon as they left the area. The building wasn't just the subject of calls. It seemed to interact with those who responded. This eerie, interactive quality planted the first seeds of deep reluctance among first responders. 441 Ashmore became a place that answered back. Official records capture the unease in stark detail. Early dispatch logs from 2008 show routine responses to prank calls, but later entries reveal mounting fear. In 2014, Engine 12 reported radio interference at Ashmore. Voices, static, confusion. Dispatch confirmed no one else was transmitting, but the crew insisted they heard something. In 2017, 2 units were dispatched for a report of people trapped. The battalion chief ordered everyone to stay outside, citing strange feedback. It sounds like it's saying, "Get out." The call was cleared as unfounded, but the log noted the chilling radio anomaly. These transcripts mark the shift from rumor to official record. For firefighters, these weren't ghost stories. They were real-time events, documented and shared. The radio, once a tool of safety, became a source of dread. Each incident added to the building's reputation, reinforcing the belief that Ashmore was a place to be avoided. The line between myth and reality blurred. The building's legend grew, one log entry at a time. 441. Ashmore was now speaking in a language no one wanted to understand. For every ghost story, there's a rational explanation. Skeptics point to radio frequency interference. Concrete and steel can turn abandoned buildings into accidental antennas, capturing stray signals. Audial pareidolia, the brain's tendency to find patterns in noise, could explain the whispers and cries. Stress, fear, and the building's reputation prime responders to hear what they expect. Technical malfunctions, atmospheric conditions, and decaying wiring could all play a role. The chirping smoke alarm? Maybe just a dying battery echoing through empty halls. These explanations are comforting, grounding the story in physics and psychology, but they don't explain the consistency, the repeated voices, the phrase "get out," reported by different crews years apart. For those who've stood at Ashmore's edge and heard the whispers, logic alone doesn't silence the fear. The building's legend persists, rational or not. Long before firefighters logged strange calls, warnings about Ashmore circulated quietly, mostly among women. Mothers told children to avoid the building, not just for safety, but because it felt wrong. Elderly women crossed the street, speaking of a sadness that clung to the place. These weren't ghost stories, but intuitive warnings passed from mother to daughter. For years, such feelings were dismissed as superstition or women's talk. Only when firefighters, mostly men, began experiencing the same unease did the warnings gain weight. The sadness women felt became radio interference and disembodied voices. The intuitive was translated into official protocol. The story of Ashmore is also about whose warnings we choose to heed and whose we ignore. Sometimes intuition is the first and truest warning. Ask the fire department about Ashmore and you'll get a logical answer. The building is unsafe, filled with hazards and off-limits except for verified emergencies. Officially, ghosts and whispers don't factor into their decisions. But off the record, firefighters admit to a different rule: you stay on the curb. Nobody wants to be the one who pushes their luck, one veteran confides. The official policy protects the department. The unofficial protocol protects their peace of mind. The line they won't cross is both physical and psychological. It's about more than safety. It's about survival, in a deeper sense. No one wants to hear something on the radio they can't unhear. So, they respond to the call, but never cross the threshold. The boundary is clear. Ashmore is a place best left alone. One incident stands above the rest, cementing Ashmore's terrifying reputation. On a cold night in 2018, Engine 7 responded to another static-filled call. The captain, after finding nothing, radioed dispatch to clear the scene. Suddenly, a clear female voice broke through the static. "Not yet." The captain froze. Dispatch confirmed they hadn't spoken. The crew, wide-eyed, had all heard it. This wasn't a garbled whisper. It was a direct, chilling response. "Not yet," implied intelligence. A will, a presence aware of their actions. The story became legend among firefighters, a warning to rookies. Ashmore isn't just haunted, it's waiting. Skeptics call it coincidence, but for those who heard it, it was proof. After that night, the resolve to stay away hardened. No one wanted to find out what would happen when not yet became now. The building had spoken and everyone listened. 441. Ashmore is more than a ghost story. It's a lesson in listening. For years, women in the community felt unease, sharing quiet warnings based on intuition. Society dismissed them as irrational, favoring hard evidence over gut feeling. Firefighters, too, trusted data, until their own experiences aligned with those warnings. They heard whispers, cries, and chilling phrases on their radios. The official world of protocols collided with a reality it couldn't explain. Why do we so often ignore intuition, especially from those historically silenced? The women felt the building's sadness. The firefighters recorded the sounds of crying. The women avoided the place. The firefighters developed a protocol to do the same. Maybe the lesson isn't about ghosts or radio waves, but about the value of listening. We should heed the quiet warnings in our communities. Sometimes the voices we ignore are the first to sense that something is watching. and waiting. What warnings have you chosen to ignore?